Okay, I'm going to talk about Thinglink for a minute because I think it's a great tool for you to use with your students, and I don't know if some of you have chosen it, but the point I wanted to make is that we need to get our students to create things in English, okay? And when you use these tools, it's great because they don't need full sentences, they don't need to worry about long paragraphs of information. You're literally teaching them content words in English, and you're giving them the opportunity to expose it orally in front of the class and giving them confidence to use the little bits of English that they are learning. So when you go to Thinglink, if you become a member, I recommend that you always go to the search or the gallery in any of the tools I've given you. So for example, if you look for any of your vocational trades, okay, you can find good examples and bad examples because some people don't use this tool as they should. Right, the whole idea of Thinglink is putting hotspots on an image. Okay, so your students can easily find an image. Okay, the teacher makes one as a model, all right, and the students find one using any information. If you tell them that they need to have the parts of, in this case, what they've done is given the studies to be a dentist. What do you need? Okay, here they've put some facts and they've put a link. Here they've put a video, and here they've linked Google, and here they've put the salary. Okay, so they've put important information. So you as a teacher will make up a rubric and you'll tell them what you want them to do. You may give them one or two different tools that they can use. Okay, some might want to put it on a Prezi, others might want Thinglink. The important thing is that it's the whole process. It's not just the content, okay, because each student will have different information which will be relevant to them. So in any case, this is a great tool because afterwards everything is online. There's a link, it can be shared on a Moodle, and then they can present it to the class orally, and they don't have to talk a lot. They literally have to click and just say, here you can see that a dentist needs 4 years of college, etc. Let's look for another example. Okay, so if we search for computer parts, for example, okay, you've got some examples. Let's see, let's check out this one here. Okay, so here they've just put the names. Encourage your students not to link to a Wikipedia page with long bits of information which they maybe don't understand. This one's a little bit weak because there's no video, okay, and there's not any links to any other site which could give them a little bit of information about the computer parts. So you want to encourage them to maybe make some vocabulary words, perhaps a minimum of one video in this particular tool and a link somewhere else. Okay, I'm going to show you a good example from one of the students. This one here, okay, they made a very good activity. So instead of putting on a photocopy all of the words that they wanted their students to know, like screwdriver, claw hammer, etc., okay, they put all the words here. They found an image. They connected a video. They as well connected the rubric, okay, and here they've done something very interesting. The other tool that I taught you about, which was ABC Ya, okay, they put an external site within this tool. So once everybody has learnt, made up their Thinglink, put the words necessary, they want them to go to ABC Ya, which is an excellent warmer-up game for your students, either in the beginning of the class or at the end of the class, to go over vocabulary. Here we'll put tools, okay, and it's something that you can, play in front of the class to have a little bit of fun. And in this case, they've just asked the students to make their own to see if they remember the words. So they would basically write the words down. Oh, that word is too long. banner. What was another word here? I'm not sure. Okay, well, in any case, I'm going to show you that tool completely separately, and you can see how it works. Okay, when you're done writing all of your words, okay, you can play it in front of the class if you have the computer with the screen, and it's made instantly into one of these word searches. Okay, it looks a little bit infantile maybe and childish, but if you talk to some of the teachers who have used it, it's a lot of fun, and it's instant sound and everything. Okay, so it's a really good way to kind of wrap up the end of a class and say, okay, let's go over the vocabulary quickly. And you get your students running up to the computer and finding the words, and just, you know, all students, doesn't matter their age, they need a little bit of action and engagement in a class. Okay, so that's Thinglink. I'm going to end this tutorial for now, and we will continue. I hope some of you choose this tool, because it really is an excellent tool where students, especially visual students, a lot of people need the visuals to go with the vocabulary, and it really does help them.